podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Let's take some calls.
Call from
Jacob.
Jakob.
Chelsea, what's up?
What's up? I loved your character on Lost.
You know what? You told me that the first time I called.
Oh, that makes me look like a fucking hack, Jacob.
I'm sorry, you're anything but a hack. You're actually the smartest person in the comedy world.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Woo, 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 woo. Arsenio, shout out. Listen, what did we talk about the first time? What are we going to talk about the second time? Jacob, save the show. You're the first caller.
Well, what's the topic? You have to have a topic for the day.
I don't feel like I do. I think it's cool when people really bring something to the table. I don't know if you remember that episode in which I really kind of push for people to bring something to the table when they call. However, I do have one topic for today in the event that someone didn't have something to say. What that is this is the advertising episode.
Ooh, pertinent considering I just watched Mad Men.
Now, what is a current product that you are loving, or a store you're loving, or an item you own that you're loving that you want people to know about?
Oh, God, this is a really good question. I'm being put on the spot. Of course, I should have something prepared. God, I feel like it's a shitty answer, but like my iPhone is great.
Oh man, this is grounds for a clickety dickety dickety diddling
No,
ding
wait.
ding
Hey,
ding.
I really do have something to talk about. Phil Jackson.
Yes.
Okay. I grew up in Williston, North Dakota, which is the hometown of Phil Jackson, and I know that you
love Phil Jackson. Yes.
Love Philly J, and my high school gymnasium is called the Phil Jackson Fieldhouse. So.
That better not be the end of this story. If that's the end of the story.
I just kept thinking about it because you always talk about Phil Jackson. But
I was hoping you maybe ran into him at the grocery store. You saw him, digging in his nose at an intersection. You're giving me almost nothing to work with.
Well, he apparently is not crazy about my hometown, which is funny that we have an auditorium named after him when he really isn't proud of where he grew up. I read one of his books and he never mentions anything about North Dakota.
Which book?
Oh, I don't know.
Which book?
Well, product-wise, remember you looking for one of the topics one time was natural deodorants. That I'm interested. Have you found your perfect deodorant?
Yeah, you know what? This is a great question. Now, I did start using one. What is the kind it's called? Little Esther. I don't know if she goes by Lil Esther or Little Esther. Little Esther. She has a podcast on this very network, Feral Audio.
Okay.
As well as she has an Instagram, and she posted an image of a deodorant, and she was like, this is what professional athletes use. She always puts products online. And I saw it and I thought, I'll give it a shot. And it works pretty good. But I was more obsessed with it when I first got it, but now I'm like, I don't know. But all this is to say I did switch away from the, whatchamacallit, Alzheimer's causing, aluminum. Alzheimer's.
Oh. Yeah.
Aluminum deodorant. But what is it called? Martin and Goethe or Franklin and Goethe or something? It's it's a brand.
And I thought that was I feel like I know what brand you're talking about. Isn't that an all-natural brand though?
Yeah. That's what I wanted.
Oh, okay. Wait, you're saying it does have aluminum in it?
No. Oh, I gotta hang up. I can't take it. You gotta get your shit together. I gotta have someone who understands everything I'm saying right off the bat, even if I'm being incoherent. Is that too much to ask?
Call from
Lauren.
Lauren, do you have anything that you own right now that you really love that you want to talk about? It's kind of like an advertising episode. You say, oh, I have this for example, I have a new scent that I've purchased. I love it. It's a game changer. Having a new scent. Do you have anything?
I need to talk to you about my TV because I'm watching Love and Hip Hop and I need to talk to you about it.
Okay, well, fine. We'll discard this topic. I'm ready to go. Oh, shit. Fuck. Hold on. None of that was directed to you. It's because of the stupid app Vine. You know, Vine, they should change something on Vine before we get into Love and Hip Hop.
Okay, I have something to say about Vine, too.
Great. It's just absolutely, when you go to your home page, it absolutely should not play the audio of the first video. You should have to press a button real quick to play that audio because it's so annoying when you just want to go to your home page or your profile either and you have that audio fucking jumping down your throat. Enough is enough, Vine. Let's figure out a fix for that. Thank y'all. Okay, maybe.
Also, I think people should have a limit on how many videos they're allowed to do in like one day.
Like, what do you think that limit should be? And who are you calling out right now?
I don't know, maybe like 5 in one day.
And who are you calling out, girl? Who are you calling out? Me? Is it me?
I'm doing a subtweet over the podcast.
To who? Is it me? Is it me?
No, not you. Not you.
Is it Crystalia? Just kidding. Is it Andy Milanakis? Just kidding. Those are like the only people I follow. But honestly, why would you?
Love and Hip Hop? Love and Hip Hop?
Wait. No, boo. No. We're not done. Why? Here's my question to you, because I experience a lot of followers who try to control what I post. Just unfollow people if they post too much for you.
No, I wasn't talking about you.
I know, but I'm just asking you the question. Why would it bother you if someone posted a ton of free content for you?
Because they're not really as great as the person thinks it is.
Then unfollow them. Right?
True.
I just don't understand. There's a lot of like feedback that people give where I'm like, well, if you don't like it, it's free. Don't just click a button and you don't have to follow me. Like, it's just a weird system that we have in which people are like really entitled to free content and like also like, that wasn't funny. That was good. This is boring. You're ugly, whatever. It's just like, I know someone wrote to me yesterday. I was thinking about unfollowing you. Bitch, I don't care. Buy a journal. Now, I guess you're not going to tell me who you were complaining about, but I've sounded off.
I was complaining about a personal friend.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's okay, so here's the situation where I can see your side. It's like you have a social relationship in which you feel like you have to follow someone.
And I'm also with her like 95% of the time when she's vining, and she'll start vining us.
Right. That is annoying. Sometimes you don't feel like being on camera.
They're funny though.
But listen, that brings me to another point. Like Twitter, when are you going to find, like, there's all these, like, what do you call it? A third party app, second party app or something, the second party where you like can mute people. Why can't Twitter have that? Just where you can mute people. Like, it would be a heaven on earth to be able to mute certain people that you have to follow, because it would just be more trouble to unfollow them than it's worth. Now, I was talking with Brendan Walsh last night on a night walk, one of our famous night walks, and I was saying it would be amazing, instead of Follow Friday on Twitter, if we have Spring Cleaning Saturday and you just post who you're unfollowing. Anyway.
No, and then you can make everyone that follows you unfollow them too.
I honestly don't think there's very few people who I would care if they unfollowed me. Like, even friends of mine, like if I'm annoying to you and I'm your friend, unfollow me. I don't care. I only want people to follow me who like what I'm doing. If it's annoying to you, I'd much rather you just stopped and then our friendship maintained its integrity.
Well, I feel like people follow people just to purposely like hate tweet them.
I know.
Most celebrities.
I know. And I understand, like, I always try to tell myself, if I was 13, 12 and I had no judgment and a lot of like hate in my heart because people were making fun of me and blah, 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 maybe I would do that same shit. But as an adult, it's like you are making a choice to bring hate into your life. Just choose to follow people that you like. And if you're choosing to follow people you hate, do it quietly. Don't bother them. They're busy with people who like them. Anyway. Enough is enough on this rant.
Love and Hip Hop. Can you go off on it, please?
Yes, I'm ready. What are your thoughts first?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I turned it on today. I don't want to spoil it for you, but Shay was on top of Little Scrappy's back, like lotioning him with like KY gel, and like music was playing in the background.
Lotioning him with KY. Was she going to insert him into something?
She's like, yeah, we're great friends.
Wait a minute. Which one is Shay? Okay, Scrappy's the one.
Shay is the one that he cheated on Erica with.
Okay, so she's the one that the mom like brought by the studio.
Oh my God, the engagement party that Mama D threw.
Well, no, Mama D is the insane mother who like brought the girl by the studio like as a surprise.
That was her.
Okay. Now, first of all, I think Lil Scrappy is very hot. Isn't that horrible?
No, I agree with you.
He's sexy, like, and it's such a disaster that that's someone I think is hot because it just bodes so horribly for my current. Well, it bodes horribly for the future and also speaks to my current solitude.
Yeah, we make great choices.
I mean, just he's neck tatted up. His eyes have that lazy high thing. He's
it's
like
his voice, though, right?
He's a mama's boy, and I don't know. He's just like everything that would be bad news. But anyway. So I don't get that girl, and I always do think it's funny that like the jump off, the side chick, as it were, is always like kind of busted, and like I just don't get it. But anyway, why would he? Yeah, I mean, but the last episode I saw, I'm very like scattered with my viewing of this show, but he had called everything off because his mom and his fiance like flipped a table at their little formal dinner, which also their dinner looked ridiculous. Like it didn't look like it looked like the like lowest rent formal dinner you've ever seen.
It was like the smallest table I've ever seen. Like whose apartment was that?
But it was like, and then it just escalated so quickly and so horribly that it was like, wow, you guys you should have not attempted a full meal. You should have been like, we'll have one drink and an appetizer at a standing room only venue. But anyway, last I saw, he swore off his wife and his fiance, and that was it.
Yeah, he's like, girl, I never want to lose this friendship again. Like right after he broke up with Erica, I guess he called her up.
So they're still off.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know why. I wanted it to work for them. Everyone was against them. Anyway, no one watches this show, so I feel like I can't talk about it.
I know. I think we're the only two people who
on
watch
Earth. But in the white community, I don't know if you're white or not. I've been tricked before by people's voices on these calls. Believe you me.
Yeah, I'm white.
Yay! Audience
Yay!
applause. But anyway, side note, isn't it great being white? So much privilege.
Applause sound effect.
Yeah, like if I try to find a community for this show on Twitter, it's very limited aside from non-whites.
Well, I watch too much reality TV, so that's probably the problem.
Yeah, I was talking to John Daly about Antique Roadshow today, and I'm like, it's funny that I've watched every like all these weird shows, but then people will name these like classic shows, and I've never seen them. Right. Anyway, Antique Roadshow, I have to say, is very frustrating because my feeling is you're always waiting for someone to find out, like some little old lady, like, you have this is $1 million value. But instead what happens is they're like, now the detailing is very intricate on this, and that can only be from a 14th century design. And this is something that actually you don't see too often. Okay, this over here is an add-on that was added later, and that will decrease the value a little bit. This is cat shit all over this part of it. It's worth $2. Buy. And then you're like, oh, poor old lady. But John said that they're doing something now where it's a compilation of all the high value things, which I think would be amazing to see. And there's something he was saying. There was another thing, but I can't remember. Anyway, bye.
Right.
Call from.
Girls.
To accept, press 1.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up, Chelsea? How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to call because I'm a little upset nobody's played the name game, the name test.
I know.
Before.
Wait, you did it before?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, as you know, I would normally like really try to avoid people who try to be like a regular, like this is Cheers or some shit. But you know what? Maybe I shouldn't fight that. Maybe that's a cool thing and I should lean into it.
Maybe some cool new characters pop up, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I embraced Andrew, the ex-heroin user.
Yeah, exactly. Has he called again?
Yeah, he's called a bunch of times. Did you stop listening to the podcast?
I honestly have not listened to the last two, but I think I heard him a couple weeks ago, right?
All right, man. Listen, this is getting off to a rocky start. What names do you have?
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready. That, you know what that reminded me of? Did you ever do a ropes course? When I was
Have I ever done a ropes course?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Like, when I was in camp in the Sierras at Camp Tawonga, they gave us this thing where it was like, ready to fall on. Like, it was a whole, yeah, you remember from ropes course?
Fall away.
It was like, ready to fall on. And then you do like a trust fall or something.
Yeah.
That would be fun to do a ropes course again as an elderly person. Like,
yeah, why don't we all go to camp sometime, you know? Like,
yeah.
We'll have some podcast gatherers go to camp.
Yeah, like adult summer camp.
Exactly. Actually, that would be wicked fun.
But although I feel like we're forgetting how there's so many shitty things about summer camp, like organized time all the time and a counselor just fucking riding you. Chelsea, it's time to play Mud Gaga. Chelsea, it's time to make a fucking friendship bracelet from 4:45 to 5 p.m. My summer camp was in the Bronx.
So early.
Chelsea, it's 6 a.m. It's wake up time. Chelsea, it's the talent show. It's the talent show. You gotta do some kind of talent or all the kids will hate you. Chelsea, it's
Did you ever do a talent show?
You're talking a lot.
Did you ever perform?
See, this is what happened to us last time. Like, I get in this little zone of improvs and then you cut off my improvs and it kills my vibe.
I'm so sorry. It's hard over the phone, Chelsea. You know that. It's hard to hear what other people are saying, you know?
I know, but when you sense that someone's kind of going on a roll, you just kind of fall back. That's like comedy 101, you know?
I'm sorry. Well, that's why you're professional and I'm not, you know?
Who knows, though? You might be if you, like, figure it out, iron out the kinks. Anyway, listen, let's get to your names, and then I'll do my little rants once you've vacated the line.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. Ready to fall.
Ray?
I don't like the name Ray.
Yeah, it's a little too old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, correct. All right, ready? Jason.
Jason, I'm fine with it. I feel like it's very neutral. I do not love it, and I do not hate it.
All right. Yeah, that's correct. It's in the middle somewhere, you know?
I'll tell you this much. I wouldn't be naming my son Jason.
Yeah, what would you name your kid? That's what I want to know.
That's too.
If you have a kid someday, what would you name your kid?
That's too high stakes. That's too high stakes for right now. What are their names around the house?
On.
I don't know. That honestly, I can't just. Oh yeah, name him. Spike. All right, next question. Like, I don't know. I don't have a baby name. Do you know that people spend like months and months trying to figure out a baby name? I'm not going to just like throw away a baby name in 1 second. That's a life. That's a whole life that someone has to have that name.
Well, you've had a couple of years to think about it, right?
No, I'm never sitting here thinking about baby names because I've never been pregnant.
Okay, all right, that's good. All right.
As of this episode.
What?
Nothing. What's your next name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin, I do not like.
That is correct. It's too boring, right? There's too many Caitlins out there.
It always feels like it's a blonde girl, and I don't relate to blondes.
Yeah, okay. Do you like your name? Do you like Chelsea?
I probably wouldn't like it if it wasn't my name, to be honest with you. It sounds too girly. Chelsea. I feel like that's how that name should be said if you're saying it right. Hey, Chelsea. Like, it's not a great name, but because it's mine, I accept it. But in a weird way, I don't think it suits me as I'm thinking about it. You know that my mom...
Are you rivals with Kelsey's then?
No, but I definitely do not like the name Kelsey. I think that sounds like a silly made up name. Now, you know that my name was supposed to be Kiva.
Was it really?
My mom just offhandedly told me that my name was meant to be Kiva, but they forgot.
Like the sandal?
I don't know. I was like, what's that from? And she said something like Cherokee or Native American, something. I forget the whole story, but she was like, yeah, your name was supposed to be Kiva. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, we just
Are you saying Kiva?
Yeah. All right, bye.
Like
I can't take you. I can't take you. I'm sorry. I like the name game, but at what price?
Call from
Sean.
Sean?
Yes.
What's up?
Chilling, having a blessed day.
That's so wonderful. Are you driving in a truck with the windows down?
No, not this time. I'm actually exiting the BART over here in Pleasanton.
We love Bart here on the show.
Yeah, I commute to Oakland every day. It sucks.
What do you do in Oakland?
I am a copywriter type person.
That's great.
So I follow your aspirations of being a technical writer.
Oh, man, huh? What a nightmare. Do you know my name was supposed to be Kiva?
No, I don't.
I mean, anyway, today on the show, we're talking about products or things that you own, that you love, that you would want to do an actual genuine advertisement for because it's something that makes your life better.
Wow, as lame as it sounds, the iPhone, man, I wasn't
We're out of time. Goodbye. This is crazy. Do you know how much stock the iPhone is taking up in everyone's brains now? We're all fucking zombies, bro. We're all just walking around with like a pie chart in our brain. The iPhone is like 90% of that pie
call
chart.
from
Andy. What's your favorite?
Oh my God.
Andy, what?
Yeah.
Andy.
I'm sorry.
Andy,
I'm sorry.
Andy, what's your favorite?
Wait, is it just me right now?
Andy, what's your favorite thing that you own?
My favorite thing that I own?
Yeah. Anything you're excited about that you have in your life now that's made your life better?
No. I mean, I just lost my appendix, so that's a good thing. So.
I'm listening. Did it burst?
Yeah. I just got it taken out. Tuesday.
What was the pain like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most painful?
7.
That's great. Well, we're so glad you got it out on the show.
Call from
Aaron. Hey!
Do you have
going
anything
on?
that you've bought, like anything, new product, anything in your life that you're like so into and excited about that you might want to share with the listeners?
Man, I'm with you. I held out on Vine for so long, and then I got on it, and I'm completely obsessed with it.
It is pretty. You know what? It's interesting. I really feel like with technology, you have the choice of fighting it and resisting it and resenting it. Like, I honestly think it's so hacky at this point when 3 people are on their phones to be like, oh, everyone's on their phones. Here's all my friends on their phones. Or people going like, what's so interesting that's going on in your phone? Get the fuck out of my face. It's not an original idea at this point to point that out. Bring something else to the table. And also, a lot of times, if you put your phone down and then look at that person, they have nothing to say to you. So bring
absolutely nothing.
something to the table. Now, what I would say on the positive side, if you embrace technology, it is fun because it's a new challenge. Like Twitter and Instagram, those were like using your brain and your mind in different ways to communicate something to people. And then it's like, well, Vine is different. Like I'm figuring out what do you do in this different context, I don't know. There's something to it.
I've got something for you, if you're game.
Okay.
So, you know how you were talking about going full psycho?
Sorry, I accidentally. Sorry, that was.
You're talking about going full psycho and like what makes people do it and why shouldn't we all do it and all that.
Right.
Well, I recently like broke up with someone, and the whole time we were dating, we dated for like 2 years. He was like a nice guy. Maybe his worst quality was that he was like a little bit whipped and like maybe a little bit too mild mannered.
I'm already so into this story. Yes, I can't wait for what transpired. Yes.
So I broke up with him, and like I thought I did it in a really nice and thoughtful way. And I mean, he just unleashed in the most like unbelievable and like unforeseeable ways possible. like the emails that are like, you're a miserable cunt that should like get hit by traffic, like posting my bank account information on Twitter. And this is like a nice, normal guy.
Oh my God. You see, now I'm always making the argument that people who their whole thing is that they're a nice guy, something ain't right. Something's rotten in Denmark. The lady doth protest too much. All is fair in love and war. Just kidding. That one didn't apply. But the point being, I've read Shakespeare. No, the point being that, no, I think when people are like, you can't trust someone who's nice all the time and that's their whole thing. Like, yeah, like I had a doormat type boyfriend in college and then he cheated on me savagely. It's like, it's never, it's not a good sign when someone's got that vibe. You don't want to push over.
Because I started looking back on it and like, I remembered like flashes of it, like just random things. Like we'd be at a restaurant or something and like every once in a while he'd like freak out on like a waiter or like, you know, at an airport terminal or something like that. And I'm like, man, those were the signs like that something wasn't right with this dude.
You're like, I do vaguely remember he stabbed up a TSA person. And that should have been a red flag.
Should have been my first clue that something was wrong. But here's my question for you. So like now, like what's my incentive not to go full psycho?
Well, why do you need one? I'm going to be the one saying do it.
Yeah, just totally go for it.
I mean, look, I guess that's irresponsible. I will say that the truth of the matter, someone brought this up to me when I was really deeply considering just going psycho. And they were like, those people have the worst lives. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but like, it's short-lived pleasure. It's basically the whole problem with being an adult and growing and maturing is realizing more and more from teenagers who are very short-sighted to adults who start to think more about their long term because they're going to die soon. But basically, like teenagers think they're going to live forever and they're short-sighted. Adults are so aware of their impending mortality that they're thinking of the future all the time. There's got to be a healthy balance, you know, but basically, if you're short-sighted all the time, in a month or in a year, your life is going to be a total mess. So it's hard, but you have to balance it. And I do think if you're too long-term, you're not having any fucking fun. So
yeah,
you got to have a balance.
No, it's true.
But
is there any better example of somebody going just full psycho than Jodi Arias? Is it like
no? She put the pedal to the metal.
Someone just be like, "Fuck it, I'm going for it."
She put the pedal to the metal for sure.
Jesus Christ, I can't get over her court outfits. Like you see the pictures of her with like the fake boobs and like the blonde hair and all that stuff, like always pouting in every picture, and then like. In court, she's got the librarian glasses and like the greasy bangs. And like, granted, I know she's been in prison, but Jesus.
Did she get life or did she get death? What happened?
I'll have to watch some Nancy Grace and find out. I think the jury ended up being hung and like not.
They were all killed? Oh, that's horrible. They needed to make their decision.
Murder. No one saw that coming.
They didn't let them make their decision first. That sucks. I mean, that was a jury that needed to make a decision. Oh no. Prayers to the souls of the jury members. Thanks for listening. You can also listen to other shows on feralaudio.com like Lil Esther's show or Aaron McGathy. Also, I'll be in Chicago at the Just for Laughs Festival, at the Stage 773, Thursday, 8:30 p.m., Friday, 8:30 p.m., Saturday, 7 p.m. That's the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, or maybe it's actually the 13th, 14th, 15th. Anyway, great job on this plug, Chelsea. And back to the show.
Call from
Tyler.
What's up?
Hey, Chelsea. First of all, I've been saying I feel fat all day because of you.
Oh, good, good.
I feel fat.
How's it going?
It's going great. I don't feel fat. How's the show going? Good, I hope.
Oh, it's a dream. It's like walking on clouds.
Cool.
Do
I
you
know
have...
you love like gunshot stories or murder stories.
Yes, I do, in fact.
I'm actually living in a place called Oakland. Do you know it?
That's where I hail from.
What? Okay. Anyways, so I was like crashing on the couch with a lady friend. I have a girlfriend.
Well, so was this your girlfriend or your side piece?
No, I only do main hoes. I don't do side bitches.
You know, from your voice, I did not expect you to go to this kinds of vernacular that quickly.
Well, I am in Oakland, so indubitably. How about that? Was that what you were expecting? Like, hey,
yeah.
Chelsea.
Like your voice sounds like you're wearing a cardigan and you're like a college professor. And it has it has a twinge of Oliver in it. It has a twinge of that muffled kind of soft thing to your voice. Anyhow, listen, enough judgment, you know. Only God can do that. That's not my job. So
only God and Tupac.
God.
So we were on the couch, and I was really not interested in interacting with the world that night, as people are wont to do. So we were on the couch, hanging out, and I hear like bang, 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 you know, gunshots.
Right.
And the girlfriend, she snaps up and she's like, "Oh, what was that? Was that gunshots?"
Right.
And in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, that's gunshots," but I don't want to get out of bed, and because anytime there's like someone walking in front of the door, she's like jumps up like a Jack Russell Terrier and wants to see what's going on. But I'm really comfy, so I tell her, "No, that's just like that sounds like somebody dropped some tools outside." Because it was a 22 at the end of the day. It wasn't like that big of a deal.
Right.
But, so I told her like, no, it's just like, you know, somebody dropped something outside. It's not bullets. It's not guns. And so like a few minutes go by and we hear, you know, like, somebody shot my baby, call the ambulance. You know, like that. I don't want to do a very stereotypical voice, but that's kind of like.
But it's too late. Okay, so...
I mean, it is what it was.
Right.
It was Oakland, you know.
Right.
And so, of course, like, she gets up and she...
I kind of need to know if this is a human child, like baby in that sense, or if it's someone's boyfriend in that sense, to know how sad I feel right now. I mean, obviously, both are sad.
He was a young man, but not like... He was over 18, I believe.
Okay.
He was involved in the life. To use the vernacular. Anyways, so she's really upset, and then like we get up and see what's going on, and my girlfriend wants to like, well, she calls the cops and hey, we heard. I mean, you know, like everybody's kind of peeking out of their balconies right now to see what's going on.
Right.
But and then she's like, should we go down there and help?
That's like the last thing you should do in Oakland, California. Let's go see. You know,
she's not a nurse or a doctor or anything.
Right. What are you going to do to help? Eyeball a terrible tragedy.
Yeah, rubberneck it a little more, but up close and personal.
Right.
Well, that was my really awkward Oakland gunshot story.
Again, these stories kind of peter off at the end, and I'll be the first to fail at storytelling, but I don't know.
And then it turns out that like I was the shooter. So.
Oh,
yeah,
we did it! We did it! She was talking to a pile of clothes that were stuffed with other clothes on the bed, and it was realized you weren't in the room the whole time.
This got very Fight Club very fast.
Call from.
Good call.
Tyler.
Tyler?
Oh my God.
Okay, well, one thing that we're talking about on the show today, Tyler, is like, is there anything that you've purchased? It doesn't have to be expensive. Is there just anything new in your life? A product, a thing, something that you use, something that you eat? Is there something you're excited about that you want to do your own little homemade advertisement for and tell people?
You know what? I actually would. And it is... So it's my newest thing is, okay, so just in general about me, I am really very good at living beyond my means. I don't make a lot of money. I live in Los Angeles, kind of in the ghetto. Well, not the ghetto, but not a great area. But I recently took it upon myself to join the most expensive and bougie gym in all of Los Angeles.
Okay.
And so I go there like on a regular basis.
What are the perks?
A few times a week. The perks are, okay, I know that your podcast isn't crazy long, so I'm just going to cut to like the thing that hits me in the direction of joining Equinox. And that was their shower like dressing rooms. All are fully stocked with Kiehl's skincare products, like unlimited. Like you can eat. What is? Yes.
So Equinox stocks Kiehl's skincare products in their showers and
in their showers. So you can like hop
That's
in
amazing.
the steam room, you equip the steam room, and hop out, lather your body with like this insane, like silky.
Yeah, I know what happens in there.
Yeah, creme de corps. It's
creme de corps is amazing. Creme de corps lotion.
Right?
Yeah.
You just want to put it like on every single part of your body, even like
and
you
should.
Want it like in every orifice. Like,
ew, not in your orify.
Insane. Well, maybe just in your ears.
No, don't put lotion in your ears, you little big silly Billy. What a mix up. This call has gone from silly to sillier.
I know, right?
But anyways, listen, creme de corps. I used to use that body lotion from Kiehl's and it was great. I should probably return to that at some point, but we'll see. Anyway, well, that's a great one. We thank you so much for your call.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about the misunderstanding.
No worries. Was there anything you wanted to bring to the table before I hang up on you?
I would like some advice on another lifestyle change that I'm considering, and I'm wondering if you have heard of this thing called sun gazing.
Sun gazing? No, I already say no, don't do it. It's bad for your eyes.
Okay, well, you do it. You look at the sun in like the last hour, right before it sets. But the idea is that you build up to doing it for 45 minutes.
Why?
And then after 6 months of doing this, you do not need any solid food in your life whatsoever.
This is the fucking most...
Is it not so LA?
That is the fucking craziest lifestyle, quote unquote, that I've ever heard. I mean, that
It's
really
real.
takes the fucking
it's
cake.
A real thing.
Oh my God. Who taught it to you? Did the guy who explained it to you, did he sound like this?
Yeah, it's actually like a mechanical clock, man.
Is there a whole book about it and the book is titled...
No, I mean, I'm sure there's a book about it, but I just thought like somebody posted an article on Facebook and I was like, oh, I'm going to adopt that.
Don't do it. That's
like
crazy, dude.
By a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills.
Don't do it.
You know.
Don't do it.
Okay. Well.
Also, why on earth would that be a goal? Why would that be a goal to never eat solid foods? Solid foods are great. So you just always be...
Okay, so it's based on the idea that like food causes anxiety and like emotional, psychological issues.
No,
like,
food causes happiness.
But well, right, and
food is actually proven to be a direct cause of happiness.
It can, yes. I don't know. I guess it's like you like buy into it.
I have to go.
Call from
Drew.
Drew, have you ever heard of a diet in which you stare at the sun for increasing lengths of time per day in the final hour of daylight until you no longer have to eat solid foods?
No, never.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Who does that?
The caller who just called just explained this as a lifestyle.
A lifestyle, huh?
Yeah. I can barely hear you, Drew. I gotta be honest with you. Your energy is extremely low for where the show is at right now.
I'm calling up internet, so that's probably the problem.
Where are you?
I'm in the Bay. I'm in, Novato, California.
I do know Novato. Wait, I had this call last time, didn't I? Where I was like, is Novato where the gold rush was?
No.
Is that where is there fishing in Novato?
No, there's not much here.
Is there a ghost town there?
No.
I swear to God, I feel like I went to Novato with my dad. I can hear my dad saying Novato.
It's on the way up to wine country. Like the edge of Marin.
I don't know.
There's nothing as famous.
Oh, maybe that's where my mom's friend lived. Anyway, yes. That's great. Well, one thing that we're talking about on the show, we're trying to, is what is something you've bought that has changed your life for the better? Like, we're doing homegrown advertisements. Is there something that's you're really enjoying and happy with? It could be a small thing like flavored toothpicks, or it could be something large like a new piano.
Interesting that you may bring that up because I just got a new smartphone. Big?
Wait, can I tell you that 5 people have mentioned their phones as the answer to this? Do you know how depressing that is? And I'm an avid user of the phone, but it's like the iPhone came out how many years ago? When did it begin to dominate everyone's minds and hearts?
It was the beginning of college for me. It's like 6 years ago.
So 6 years ago this came out. This is all people are still talking about. Isn't there anything else?
Yeah, I've avoided a smartphone for 6 years.
Oh, right. So I should be supporting this.
I didn't want to pay the data, but T-Mobile's got a sweet plan, man.
So what did you get an iPhone?
No, I got an Android.
And you love it?
Google phone.
That's what my brother has, I think. What's your favorite app? What's your favorite feature? I can't talk about a phone. That's just not exciting. I mean, I do want to switch kind of to the Google phone or an Android. So there is a part of me that wants to keep plugging away here, but I was just hoping you might have something a little more fun that
I don't
people.
blame you one bit.
Yeah.
One question though.
Yeah.
You know the sound effect? I can't make you love me. Who's the artist? What artist is that one?
Wait a minute. I can't make you love me? You mean this? 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't.
If you don't.
You can't make your heart feel something it won't.
I love it. Who is it? Who is it?
Why are they final hours? Is he gonna die? What's the backstory, Tank? Recording artist Tank. Recording artist Tank. What's the backstory?
Yeah, I looked it up. That's like a cover of like a bunch.
Duh, dude. Everyone's covered it. It's a hot tune, but Tank's is the best.
Well, I'm all right. It is pretty sweet.
Do you know that Tank has like a trio? Tank, this singer, has a trio with like Tyrese and Genuine, I believe.
Sounds awesome.
It's crazy. I mean, it's hard to even imagine what would happen to me. Imagine if I was in.
Are they still together? Do they?
No, they're a new super band. They're a super band. They just started their super group.
Yeah, super group.
So whatever the opposite of no thank you is. I mean, honestly, Tyrese, Tank, Genuine. Do you know what a fucking trifecta? What? I couldn't hear you because I was saying something. What did you say?
Fast Six yet? Yeah. Did you see Fast Six yet?
No, I did not.
Fast and Furious 6.
No.
Oh, Tyrese is solid in that.
Is he a good actor?
He's making a comeback, apparently.
We're so happy for you, Tyrese. We love you, Tyrese. And Therese, if you're listening, Teresa, we're sending you so much love, positivity, and endless support here from Call Chelsea Peretti, Tyrese. We believe in you, and we always have. Here at the garden. That is so crazy that there's nothing more exciting than an iPhone. I mean, I can't remember the last time I was excited about an iPhone. But maybe that's because I have the old ass iPhone. But honestly, I'm more annoyed by certain things. I don't know. Excited about Vine. Kind of. It's definitely annoying too, though. Oh, I can hear a puppy barking. Can you hear my pup barking? Do you understand?
Call from Mila.
Mila, I can hear a little puppy barking.
I have 2 dogs.
Is that audible?
No, not right now.
All right.
I thought you were being psychic.
No. Oh, you have a puppy?
I have 2 little wiener dogs.
Is there anything that you own that has changed your life? So a product or a food or a clothing item or a cosmetic, something that has changed your life for the better that you would like to do a little homegrown plug for that might change the lives of the listeners for better?
I am blanking on all of the words. I am really digging this. I don't have one, but I kind of want to get one as a stand-up paddleboard.
What? What's that?
It's like a surfboard, but it's like a almost like a canoe. You just stand on it and paddle around.
Oh, where are you calling from?
Toronto.
That's cool. So you're an outdoorsy Toronto girl.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get some kind of natural element in a big city. So, like, that's like the closest thing.
Did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you sleep with your cell phone, like, by your head?
No. And I don't, because as your question seems to already imply some knowledge of. Well, first of all, I don't know whether, these things cause cancer, autism, or I don't know. Jenny McCarthy is probably going to come for me now that I've even said the word autism. Do you know if you say the word autism 3 times, she appears in the room? But anyway, what I was going to say is that, wait, what are we talking about? I just got so lost. Cell phones by the bed. Cell phones by the bed. So the thing is that I sometimes have trouble sleeping if I know I have to get up early. So one thing that I've read in multiple places about insomnia and blah, blah, blah is to not sleep with electronics in your bedroom, like to keep as few electronics in your bedroom as possible. And so I generally plug my phone in a different room. However, lately, sometimes I want to lay in bed and fuck with my phone before bed. That's not supposed to be good for you. It's actually supposed to, and I find that to be true. Like the more I'm fucking with the internet, I get very energized usually at night. I start getting up to little hijinks. I start laughing at something someone wrote and then I write back and I start getting into or I read something shitty, whatever it is. I find the internet winds me up. So it's not a good pre-bed activity. And most things I've read online about sleep patterns and things like that, it's better to not use any internet for an hour before bed if you were trying to get the optimal sleep.
Oh, cool. I've been turning off the Wi-Fi, but I just read that stuff and there was an experiment that some kid did and she kept some seedlings in this one in a room with 2 what are those called? Internet routers. And another one in a room with no electronics at all, and the seeds died in the one with the router.
Who's this kid?
I don't know, some kid, they got an award for it.
What kind of award?
I don't know, I think it was money. Big money.
But who awarded it? Was this a science experiment for an elementary school? There's a lot of details missing.
Yeah, for a high school, I think it was.
Well, everyone, challenge accepted. Get your seedlings together. Well, I don't understand. You're saying a wireless?
I was going to say because sorry.
You're saying a wireless router or a cell phone?
It was 2 routers because that gives us off the same wireless emissions as one cell phone or one smartphone.
Interesting.
Yeah, but no, a friend of mine works at a cardiologist. Mm-hmm. She's an assistant, and she saw a person that she knew, they were a patient there, and she said that they had a brain tumor, and it was right by the spot on their head where they kept their cell phone, because they slept with it right beside their head.
I mean, look, I'm inclined to think that that's true. I think that I just think that makes sense. I don't think that seems crazy. That said, I just don't know beyond a shadow of a doubt Anyway, I don't know. Like, I always think about, I always hold my cell phone. I always have it in my back pocket. I always have it on my lap. You know, I'm probably sterile as fuck right now, if we're really being honest with ourselves. Right? But I mean, look, my engineer right now, Dustin, he's a real snotty, techie person. He's wearing all black. He's got on black boots. He's wearing a little cap. You know, he's a smart, tech-savvy young man. He's shaking his head with so much cynicism right now. He says, no, not gonna that. If you remember that reference, I think it's just time to start bringing that back. I think it's old enough now that it's quite delightful to hear that again. And Dustin says, not gonna that. These cell phones ain't charging up brain cancer in your head. You know what? Let's hear Dustin's thoughts. Never done this before on the show. I like to keep him solidly in check. But for today, I would like to hear Dustin's thoughts on this.
Hello. I got my degree in electronics engineering, and one of the things we learned was like the waveforms. Like we're experiencing all these frequencies from like TVs and Wi-Fi, and they pass through us, but they're too big to cause cancer. The reason radiation causes cancer is because the frequencies are so high that the waveforms are so small, and like that's why it causes cancer. But the like frequencies coming off your phone are too wide to harm your cells.
But to be fair, it seems like it would be in Dustin's interests as someone who's constantly working with electronics to believe this theory, because otherwise his whole life is going to seem hopeless. He said that's what his professor told him. Listen, if you're majoring in electronics, they're going to, you know, muster together some sort of study to make you feel all right about it. But I'm going to say, I do think it just makes, it's like these things are sometimes common sense. I just don't think, like, you know how fucking hot cell phones get? Like when I'm holding my iPhone and it's hot like that, I just am like, this feels unhealthy. Like when you're talking on an iPhone for hours and hours and it gets really, really hot, I'm like, every instinct in my soul is like, get this hot electronic item away from your brain and your head, you know? So I don't know.
Yeah, right up your ear.
Look, you know what? If you're a scientist and you're listening, call in the show. We'd love to hear from you.
I'm slightly comforted by Dustin though.
You are? Well, that's good. I mean, it's good to like, allow falsehood to comfort you. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe he's right.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, all right. Well, good call. Right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Well, what a fun show. If we've learned anything today, it's that people really love their iPhones. I mean, I do too, but what I think would be useful, is there a place in which like, does Twitter have a place where they can hear feedback about what the app should do? And Vine? I always wish that I could be brought in to talk to people who are developers at these different places, because I feel like I have like really helpful feedback of what should happen. But maybe I'm just dumb and they'd look at me like, yes, stupid. We already thought of that. We can't do it for this or that reason. Team Dustin. Anyway, listen, guys, there's a puppy in the room next door. What am I doing here? This is a straight up travesty. I don't know. Isn't there anything like Amazon? One thing I love is Amazon. That's another thing. I guess like I'm saying things that are still like just apps and shit like that. But Amazon Prime is so amazing. And I did just order this scented soap and lotion for my father for Father's Day. And he like he always talks about night blooming jasmine all the time. Like he's real into like shit like that. So I got him this ginger flower scented soap. I can't remember the brand name, but it smells so good. And I bought it for myself. And that's what I do now. Like if I love something so much, then I get that for someone else because I know it's good because I myself purchased it. Do you think that's a good gift giving tactic? I don't know. Does that seem thoughtful or not thoughtful? All right, you guys. Well, as we wind down, let's not forget that right now in LA somewhere, there's various people probably sitting there staring up at the sun, just staring directly at the sun in this final hour of light and thinking, if I do this for a little longer, And I do it tomorrow for even longer. Pretty soon, I will never have to eat solid foods again, which is my great dream as an insane person. And tonight, I'm just that much closer. Smoothies for life! Smoothies! Juices! Fuck that shit.